We have to actually think about and care about consumers and their data privacy.
It starts with, how is the data collected? Is there a right for that data to be collected? What kind of risk may I be exposing that brand to or our agency to? Start with that, make sure nothing's being deceptive to the consumer, make sure it's being collected following the right guidelines, and then from there, then look at what we want to do, how we want to activate that.
I mean, traditionally, it's been information that identifies an individual. Mail, address, things like that, social security, financial. And now, changes in Europe are extending that definition. It's going to be wider, it's going to be broader, it's going to cover tracking data by 2018. But I mean, the truth is, we need to be thinking about it that way now.
Anything that is linked or reasonably linkable to an individual. It's pretty broad.
I find that transparency and clarity in communication is the single most effective tool at getting a deal done between partners in the ecosystem, but also in terms of being able to defend your work later should there be a complaint. Here's what this partner is doing with this data. Here's the due diligence we did. Here's the conversations we had. Here's what the contract says. Here's how it's consistent with the privacy policy, what our users have agreed to.
Regardless of what market we're in, we ladder up to the most extreme view of privacy, and that's just best practice. There is the protection of the individual, but there's also the idea of value exchange, keeping in mind the value exchange that you're actually asking for and that you're giving.
Sometimes it's the same data set, but it's different uses, and so there are different rule sets that apply based on your use. When you're collecting data over time about an individual, whether it's their location data or their online behavioral data or their in-app data, sort of separate those data sets out and have different operational rules around those data sets to make sure that they can comply with the industry regs.
Put yourself in the consumer's shoes and you'll be better off in terms of the privacy implications of that.